Hello friends, welcome back to Salesforce Helping Hand channel. My name is Rahul Prajapati. So today let's start with the Salesforce CPQ interview question and answer, right? So let's go to the directly Salesforce CPQ org. Earlier we discussed about the questions, how question can come from the package level setting. Now the questions can come from the product bundles, right? How you can create the product bundles, these questions can come out. Okay, so the first questions may can come out. How many types of product we have available in Salesforce CPQ, right? So there are, as you know, there are two types of product. There is subscription product and there is asset-based product, right? So these two types products we have in Salesforce. And the next question is how can you create the bundle product in Salesforce? What are the components required to, create the product bundles in Salesforce CPQ? So the answer is there are 4 to 5 objects that are required to create the bundle, right? So let's say I have one hardware product. This is something desktop computer, right? And with the desktop computer, we'll also have CPU, RAM, ROM, memory, charger, etc. Right? So these all these all we have the related products, right? So now the question is how can you configure the product bundles? This is the first question which come out from the interviewer side. So they will ask you, they want to basically understand how you can configure it. So if you see this couple of fields which are required on the product level. So first of all, your answer should be, first of all, I'll create the what? A standalone product, right? There is a main product. You can also say it parent product. So first of all, I'll create this standalone product with the main product, or let's say parent product. On this parent product, I need to define couple of setting. Let's say there is configuration type. So there are multiple values required, allowed, and disabled. What are they? Required, allowed, and disabled. So if it is required, then while the user is doing the configuration, so that configuration will be always required. If it is allowed, then it allowed to user to make it. And configuration event, if it is always, then user can make the configurations. If it is add, then user only add it, and if it edit, then user only edit it, right? So this is something we have the configurations type and event. So this is something while you are creating the bundle product, you have to configure these two types of setting, remember. Then there is couple of which is very important. It's called pricing method. So there is 4 types of price: list price, cost price, and block price, and percent of total, right? So that is something you have to be define while you are creating the product. Now the next setting is subscription pricing is which one was like fixed price you want to keep, or you want to keep the percent of total, right? And the next question is, which is very important, subscription term. So while you are creating the product, so you have to define the subscription term. Subscription term is nothing but it will be useful when you are creating the subscription based product, right? It might be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or in a month as well, right? So as per your configuration on CPQ package setting, you can define here. So these settings are, if let's say you want to make the quantity editable while you are adding the product, so you can make this checkbox check, and rest you can keep it as it is, and you can click on the save button. So this is something you can create the standalone product first of all. Now there is related, right? If you see, there is features, there is options, and there is option constraints, and there is configuration attribute, etc, etc. So there are multiple types of objects in the related list. I will explain you each and every what are the use of these. So let's start with the feature one. So what is the feature? Feature is nothing but it's a group of similar product. What is the feature? Feature is nothing but it's a group of similar product. Let's say business give you a requirement, or let's say interviewer ask you, I have a 2000 product, right? And those are related to the memory and something, but I want to categorized, then what will be the approach? So this is the scenario based questions. Then how you can give the answer? Sir, what I will do here, I will create the feature for it. First of all, what I'll do, I will create the feature on the basis of filter. Let's say there are 10 products. Okay, so those 10 products, 3 products are we can categorize via the processor, 3 products we can categorize through the memory, and the 3 product categorize with the help of input device, right? So that is something we can categorize using the features. So what is the feature? Feature is nothing but it's a group of similar product. So let's say we have the desktop computer and we are keeping the some are the product. If you see the minimum option 1 and maximum option 1, so it means we can define the minimum and maximum option on the feature level as well, right? So this is very important concept here. Now if we go to the next option, so which is option, this is child. So that is come into the picture when we need to sell the product into the bundle format. Let's say if you see this example, right, we have a this CPU memory 2.8, 3.4, 3.8, and then we have a hard drive 4 TB SSD hard drive. So these all are we have the child product for with the hardware product, right? And these, if you see, these all are related to the that's what I discuss, I mean, later. Let's open one by one. Okay, so to configure the product options, what you have to do, you have to keep first of all the configuration SKU, which is the main product. What is the configuration SKU? Is a main product. Let maybe parent product. Then optional SKU is child product. What child product we want to keep under this desktop computer, right? Let's say business or interviewer ask you, so just create one bundle product whenever a parent is, you know, going to add it. So I want to add the child automatically. I want the child automatically. I want to child the automatically. So what you will do, you will just check this checkbox. This is selected. So whenever product parent product added, so automatically the child, this child product specific, this child product will be automatically added there. If you make it required, then user let's say it just selected and user can remove this. But if you make it required, then user cannot remove from the child level from the product options, right? So that's how you can do the this kind of configuration. Now as I already discussed, there are multiple product options on the parent product, but how can you categorized or like do the more level filter on that? So using the features you can do that. So there are maybe thousand of child product on the onto the parent product. So how can you do that? Feature products. So there are some on the basis of processor, on the basis of memory, etc., right? So there is also quantity we can give, right? Whatever the quantity, and let's say you want to make it quantity editable, you can make it to check this checkbox. And minimum and maximum quantity you can also define if you want to keep the minimum and maximum. Let's say one business ask you, or like one interviewer ask you, just create the product bundle where let's say business is selling the mobile product, right? Let's say it's a Samsung mobile. So what the Samsung company want here, Samsung company while they are selling their mobile, so they want to give the free charger, or let's say earphone earlier we are getting, right? So in that scenario what you have to do, you have to check this checkbox which is called the bundle, right? So if on the child level this bundle is checked, then automatically this product will be, what is it, it will be the free of cost. So customer don't have to pay extra for this one. Okay. Along with it, what you can do, you can also provide the some unit price, let's say whatever you want. So unit price for this option, this will be override the value from price book, right? So this will be value from the price book. And let's say you want to give the discount amount. And important part is, we'll discuss it later, but discount schedule you can cover at 3 end. You can cover it on account, feature, and product options, right? So these are the important part of this. And one more field is there, which is type. this question asked me in earlier of one of the interview. They are asking what are the types fields available in product options. So basically there are three types: component, accessories, and related product. What is there? Component, accessories, related product. What is the meaning of these three over here, right? So component, what do you understand by component? Component is nothing but whenever you have a requirement, you have a kind of requirement whenever you want to make the fully dependent child to the parent. Let's say you have the hardware product, and that hardware product is getting the 10 quantity. So automatically this quantity should be 10. So in that case you will take the component here. You will take the component here if the child product is fully dependent on to the parent product. Next is accessory. Why we use the accessory? So accessory is nothing but whenever you want to make the partial dependent child product will be the partial dependent to the parent product. So in that case quantity will be not getting update if you are making update on the parent level. And third one is a related product. So related product is nothing but it's a standalone product. It will not dependent on to the parent product. If you are keeping this kind of thing, so this child product will be never dependent on to the parent product. Okay, so this is something we can configure here. All the values I have already described. So using these you can control couple of behavior of the product child level, right? So now let's go to the main product, and there we also have a some more records. So we cover the features, we cover the product options. Now let's cover the product constraint, option constraints. Sorry. So what is the option constraints? What do you understand by option constraints? So option constraints is nothing but it will be used, right? It will be used whenever you want to include and exclude the product. Let's say I have a requirement. What I want to do, I want to include, if I added the one parent product, I want to include the some other product from the uh, line editor, right? Or let's say you want to exclude, let's say you added the three kind of product and you want to exclude the one of them. If those conditions are met, then you can just do the option constraint. You can use the option constraint in that case. Okay, so next is configuration attribute. So configuration attribute, it is nothing but it is the kind of uh, mechanism you can segregate the product bundle into the more level. Let's say you want to segregate this, you are segregating using the feature, but you want to more segregate it. Then how can you do? You can use the configuration attribute. So using the config attribute you can do, let's say you are using some of the values there, let's say in terms of hardware and software products. So you are using the ram size, or let's say you are in terms of pricing you are more segregating it. So you can do the configuration attribute in that case, right? Now this block price and pricing, what are the more important, that's I'm going to cover. Yes, so this pricing dimension, why we are creating the price dimension? So someone can ask you this question in that way. So they can ask you, let's say I need to create a product for multi-year deal, then how can you how I can create that product on the basis of multi-year deal? So what you have to do, sir, for it, or ma'am, you have to create the one price dimension for it, right? So into the price dimension you can define the multi-year, or like year wise, quarter wise, month wise, one time, right? So these all parameter as per your business requirement you can do it. Price dimension you can you can take the name, right? So quantity editable, if you want to make it inherit from the parent product you can make it, otherwise you can keep it yes or no if you don't want to make it, right? So unit price you can give, and etc etc. So these all things you can control. But once you have created this record, so if you go to the line editor, if you will add the same product, then you will be able to I'll show you later, then you will be able to show the segment line there. So what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is you can add that product for multi-year deal. Let's say this year for uh, you know uh, uh, 2014 14 to 15, 15 to 16, 16 to 17, something like that you can add, or like more here you can add. So this is the all about product bundles and how you can do this. Now let's discuss some more scenario based question and answer. So, sir, there is one question. Let's say you have created one product and you have did everything. Now, while sales user are going to add that product onto the you know product level, so line editor basically, so they are not able to add that product. So, what will be the reason? Do you know that? Okay, no worries. Let me explain it. So there are multiple issue can with that. So what you have to check, first of all, check the product is active or not. If it is, that is fine. Then check price book entry are available or not for that product. The next thing is price book and price book entry are active or not. And if it that is already there, then once more check if you are using the kind of what it's called currency, right? So currency is available for both to opportunity and quote and on price book entry level. So these all entries are exist or not, then only you will be able to find. Or there will be one more scenario. If let's say you have the search filter sometime, let me show you. Let's say you go to on the cart. Okay, and onto the cart level, if you see this edit line, right? So sometime what happen, we have the search filters here. Right now it's not coming, but here is something search filter come. I think I have to configure it, right? So if that is search filter already applied there, in that case, you will be also not able to see that, right? So what you have to do, you have to be remove that, or you have to recheck that. Then only you will be able to find that product on that level, right? Or let's say they can ask you some kind of those questions. I need to configure one product, and that should be some business specific. So guys, my one clear suggestion to you, just try to create the product and product bundles and try to do whatever is coming in your mind. I mean, try to do different things, because now the next level questions will come, because what they are implementing we don't know, but they can ask such scenarios based questions, right? So that is something they can ask, making some configurations level. They can ask you, okay, I have this product and I want the pricing on this much discount or this much that much discount, right? So that is something they can ask you. Okay, so that's it about in this video. Let's again come to the next video. Bye, take care.